I'm really having a human experience. I'm experiencing all the emotions, because when I think about what it means, right, to be here, it's not this like levelness, this numbness. It's a healthy nervous system, right? A full human experience is all of the emotions, all of the feelings, all of it. And with the 4 and 1 year old at home, it's going to happen. And then as someone who's looking to step into who and what they really are, you're going to, what life is going to show you what you have not undone yet, you know? And so it's like
Yeah.
that, like, it's like, I'm super clear. I know I'm a spirit. I get it, but I'm a spirit having a human experience. And so I got 1 foot here and 1 foot there, and we're doing our best.
Yeah.
We're doing our
So
best.
I'm imagining that there's some sort of, I know for me, there's like this equanimity that I have to
Mm.
ultimately surrender to. This capacity to like feel that top of the roller coaster thing and then like the bottom of the roller. Like there's this thing where it's like, okay, here we are. No matter where we are, whether it's like wiping the butt,
Yeah.
whether it's like holding space for the tantrum, whether it's recording this podcast, it's like here we are, and
Mm.
it doesn't mean that it's good or bad. How does that land for you?
Oh, I mean, wonderful. Like when I can get there, right? Which
Yeah.
I will say, I've been doing the work enough to know that I can, right? Like, but this non-duality that you speak of, it's a journey to get there. But what I continue to find is that peace is available there. So, great example. Yesterday, I was like, I'm at home, where I grew up, and all I wanted to do was watch a freaking lesson on somatics. That was it. That's all. Like, it was 2.5. To be fair, it was 2.5 hours, but I wanted to study, listen, do it. And I mean, I'm livid that I can't, because I have kids running around, husband being really helpful, but like, like he's being a dad instead of like a caretaker in my eyes, right? My mom is has watched the kids all day and she's tired. And like, but I'm like, for the love of God, I just want, and I walk out and I'm like irritated. And then I just stopped myself and said, or alternatively, this is perfect.
Yep.
Or alternatively, this is what's supposed to be happening. And it was like,
Yeah.
why did the only reason I wanted to finish that was for my ego. The only reason I want to finish that was because I thought it would mean something. Look, right? And so it's this like the good or bad, right? Is it good? Is it bad? Who does this
Yeah.
make me? And it's like whew, when you get out of that and realize that everything is God,
Yeah.
then there is no good or bad.
Yeah. The affirmation I've been saying lately in the mornings this summer, because this summer has been just it's just been this summer, and I've been saying peace begins with me.
Mm.
And it's just so true
Yeah.
because kids are going through various challenges. We're going through various logistical things. We're all a little like tired of each other. It's 5 billion degrees in Florida. And it's just like, can I choose to show up like in peace? Because
Mm.
that's where it is. That's it.
That's really beautiful. I've been
Yeah.
saying I'm fully resourced.
Ooh, that
That's
just
been
makes
mine.
me like melt a little bit. I'm fully resourced.
Fully resourced.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
but it's to your point. It's like, you know what, it has continues to be a challenge, honestly, in this space, right? The spiritual growth, the spiritual space is this understanding that, like, this is my science language, like we're the n of one, right? There's only one of us, and that when we take care of ourselves, we take care of everyone else, right? Like when you look around the world, like I don't want to call it doom scrolling because that's not what was happening. I was trying to numb out, and then I saw pictures of Gaza, and then was like immediately incapable of numbing out.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it's like, what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, me taking care of me can help that. Are you sure? But what I continue to find, when I find peace for myself, when I recognize I'm fully resourced, then I get to show up how I'm intended to. And for some of us, it's to run a business. in that moment. For some of us, it's to handle that tantrum, because that is something, right? And for others, it's to like have the energy to donate, have the energy to um, fundraise, have the energy to. So it's so true. But I do understand that when we say this, that it's really natural to be like, because there is it's still a little hard, right? For me, I should say, to like twist that gear. But everything you're saying is true, and I'm always so grateful to be reminded of it, because peace does start with you, because it's only you.
Yeah.
It's only you, you know?
Yeah. So, you've been described as a beautiful blend of high performance habits, growth mindset, and woo woo.
Mm.
Tell me what it is about these three, like this combination, that makes you such a powerhouse, an effective businesswoman, a present mother, like all the things. Like, what is it about the combination of that makes Erica so Erica?
Great question. um, Here's what I would say. I going back to the human experience, we're spirit having a human experience, right? And so understanding that already, I think, gives me an edge, right? And I think anyone who gets that understands that, like, okay, my language, this world is an illusion, right? When you get it, you can just naturally calm down, like for a second, right? Like
Yeah.
but what I think is so fascinating about the human experience, I'm a student of A Course in Miracles, so prefacing with that lens, is our mind gets to choose, right? And yes, I talk a lot about like body mind connection. I believe this thing is your walking subconscious, all the things, but our mind gets to choose. And because my experience here is one of a learner, one who absorbs information, what's really fun is that my growth is tied to choosing the truth, and I know multiple ways to choose the truth. So it's like high performance habits, like growth mindset. It's because I love to learn, and I know that when I'm spiraling, as some of us do from time to time, is I get to choose in my mind what I see. And when I can't always go there spiritually, right? I get to pull from these tools that say, just like look left,
Yeah.
just look left. Um, and that enables it. And that to me is what is such a fun part of this journey, is that I get a bag of tricks. I do get to learn this stuff, and I get to see myself, and I get to see like the you, right? To help then flip. Um, and so that continuing to grab the information, continuing to grab knowledge, and recognizing that like these are tools to access the truth in me, I think is what enables me to show up in a way that feels and is genuine, authentic, like loving, even if it's a little direct for some people, even if it's a little different than what people might consider to be love, or love and light and all of those things.
Mm, yeah. Yeah. So you say that you figured out how to love life.
Mm.
I would just love to break down that secret of how to love life, because I know that it's not butterflies and rainbows for you. I know it's not all love and light.
Yeah.
I know there's hardship going on in the world. So how is it that you got to the place, and what was that particularly like? What was the struggle like? Like, how was that like born from your challenge, from your struggle, from kind of like trudging through the muck over and over again? Or was it?
Yeah, it sure was.
Yeah. If as a matter of fact, yes.
um, I wish I knew who said this, because I think it's such a brilliant phrase. The purgatory of the mundane. That, I know, it's
Oh.
good. That's kind of where I lived.
Oh.
Um, I what's funny is I do know, but I don't know too, like where it's intergenerational, right? Like this is like I'm half Filipino, half white. Um, there's a lot of mixing in there, and I really felt I needed to prove myself and be somebody. I never thought I was smart enough. Like the fact that I tell you that I'm a learner and I use my intellect, like for so long, I just felt like an idiot. Like I just felt stupid and um, like not unloved by my parents, but just like unlovable by other people, like by you, by like a person I didn't know, right?
Yeah.
Friends, I was bullied, all of those things. And it essentially created someone who was constantly performing, but extremely unaware that she was. Um, and even now, right, it's something that I've got to be really conscious of. But I put my mask was like cool girl, like hard worker, achiever, like she cute but she's smart. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that was who I was, and in that to get ahead, to chase whatever version of success that we all consume, right? Is or that version of success we all consume, you have to numb out. Like you have to because it's insane when you really think about it, right? Like because it's essentially I will be happy when.
Yep. The
And
hamster
then
wheel.
the hamster wheel, and then every single
Thinking
time.
that something is so great in this imagined future that
Yeah.
never actually happens because you're always still focused on the imagined future.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
when you get the imagined future, you move the needle, not in a like grateful, content, it will come move the needle in a like, great, I checked the box to get to the next part because really happiness is this future. This was just the stepping stone to happiness, you know?
Yeah.
Uh, do you know? Do you know,
Yeah.
Ryan?
Yeah. Still
Oh,
keep going up that mountain.
yeah,
You're almost there.
you're
You're
almost there.
almost there.
So, you never get there.
Yeah.
And at some point, essentially, like the piece that I love and hate about the story is that at some point I was like, just give up. Like, not give up life, like give up dreaming. I'm 28. I'm in my little Scion XA driving to work. And I remember looking out the window and being like, why are you even dreaming of a better future? This is it. Like, this is it. Buckle up, kid. We just got to slug it out for the next 50 plus years.
Whoa.
What? Like,
Wow.
and I didn't even know that was crazy. Like, I did, like,
Yeah.
and something in
Yeah.
me was like, no. But I was like constantly shutting down dreams. Like, I would stare out a window and just not like mindfulnessly, being mindful staring out a window. I mean, I would just be like, 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 yeah, I was numb. And so that was me for the first 30 some years, NBD. And at some point, it's not even at some point. At one point, I saw a woman named Karen Kenny speak on a stage.
I know Karen Kenny.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
All
my
right.
gosh.
So I saw Karen.
Wow. Oh my gosh. What event were you at? Were you at the Ignite Your Soul Summit?
Shut up.
So was I. That's crazy.
Right. We were in this. There was only like
That's
200 some
crazy.
people in that
I
room.
know. I was there. Like 2018, right? Oh my God. That's hilarious. Oh my God. She's such a good speaker. Shout out KK. We love you.
Oh my God. And like Karen cannot know how many times I quote her. Like I quote Karen pretty much anytime I'm on a podcast.
The Forgiveness Olympics. Life is like the fucking Forgiveness Olympics. Like favorite quote ever, possibly.
My favorite quote from Karen, and this is what she ended her speech with on that summit stage. She said, "The world needs saving and God sent you."
Oh.
And in the way that only
inhaling that
Karen Kenny
one.
can, right? Like jeans, chucks, pleather jacket, like cool tank top, like cussing, talking about God. And I was like,
In her Boston accent,
And
she's such a badass.
the thickest,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. So she said that.
Yeah. Yep.
And my whole body went, yep.
Yep.
And I couldn't fight it anymore. And I remember walking to grab the Course, like she always tells that story about the Course in Miracles, how she like the book fell on her head and then she was like threw it across the room.
Yeah.
Same thing, except that I bought the book and then it would like start to disappear in my house.
Oh.
Like I mean, literally, the last time it disappeared, it was behind me in a basket next to ice. Like ice, you don't know because you're in Florida. If
Yeah.
you can remember, sometimes you put salt or salt as ice on your
Got
side.
it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Yes, we
Um,
not familiar in lots and lots of years. Yes.
yes, but
Okay.
for those of us who live in a cold state, so it was right next to that. Behind it was 6 feet behind me.
Wow.
And I found it and I started reading it like when I moved, when I was moving, and it changed everything. Like understanding that this world's an illusion and chair is not a chair, like it sent me. It opened my eyes to the truth, and then I have just kept looking for it ever since. Like,
Yeah.
and I would say I'm at this space, like from the growth perspective, because I'm trying to remember your question and answer it, is like, because I was like, Karen Kenny, me too, is what ended up happening in this journey is like, as you start to like break down things, right? Like, oh my God, this world is an illusion. Okay, this success looks different. Okay, I'm love, you or me. I'm talking to me, right? Like, blah, 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 brain breaking is what I started to realize is what was as then I started to dive into the science of it because I moved from course to quantum physics and Joe Dispenza and all that is my body was just accustomed to the negative feelings. And so when I start to remember what are my birthright, right? Like what am I what is truly available to me? Everything started to crumble because once I understood that like unhurried, spacious, impactful, fun, present, invincible, courageous, love, like all of this is what I am. And I can train this thing to remember that I can change. And when the world is set up for me to reach my goal of, I don't want to call it enlightenment, but like reach my goal of like truth, or because I think enlightenment's a moment, but you know what I mean? Like reach the truth, then I'm like, oh, everything here is for me. And I've done enough work that when I'm really pissed off about a somatics class, I can stop and say, wait a second. Wait a second. This is what's true. This moment is the only thing that's real.
Yeah.
And that to me has been like the longest and shortest journey one can take,
Yeah.
you know? And I would say just as like a preview for me, like where I'm going is like understanding that the world is an illusion was really simple. Seeing God in everything. That's the walk I'm on right now. Like the forgiveness Olympics, God is in all of us. Like that's where I am now. And it's a really wonderful, beautiful, and at times very challenging place to be.
Yeah. So, what I heard you say about this work you've done, this path you've walked, like all the shit that's happened to you, I'm hearing you say there's like one central place of you that you call truth that we're trying to like describe in words, which is probably impossible. What came to mind for me is like the isness of
Mm,
like the moment. I don't know who always says like isness, like maybe Ram Dass. I don't know. But there's like this isness, this
yeah,
beingness, right?
yeah.
And that's what I'm hearing you say. It's not even necessarily like authenticity or alignment or some of these buzzwords that we hear out in the sphere and they feel really good, but it's like just stripping all that away and really getting to like what it is. And
Mm.
it's God and it's what is and it's like this beingness. So that's what I heard you say there. I'm so curious also though because this reminds me of all this work that we do, all this healing that we do. And you say like this term or this phrase like breaking free of the healing loop. I'm
Oh yeah.
curious what you mean by that because for me, I feel as though I was kind of on this personal development hamster wheel. So I went from
Yeah.
one hamster wheel of this like ambitious achieving various hamster wheels, I guess. And then I went to this like personal development hamster wheel. I was like, I can do this. I can totally do this. Yeah, I'll still be happy when I'm done healing, when I'm done this. Like Is that what you mean by that? Like breaking free of this loop of thinking that there's always more work, there's always like more to be done? Because we have a tendency, I think, many of us, to still like say, like, we're not done yet. We're not whole yet. We're not perfect yet. We're not there yet. Like, we have to keep working and working to be this great version of ourselves. Like, same. So how does that land for you?
Can I just tell you that I love that you asked the question, how does that land for you? I just think it's such a brilliant, like, it's just beautiful. So
Thank you.
yeah, thank you. I love it. And I'll tell you how it landed. I was like, that's the problem, right? We think we're broken.
Yeah.
Like, that's Course in Miracles 101. That's Karen Kenny 101, really, is like, you're whole, period. And when you understand that you're whole, you heal differently.
Yeah.
And what I mean by like, like we become like our purpose becomes healing, and it's like we heal to have fun. We heal to enjoy ourselves, and at some point you have to enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
And you realize that when you continue to heal, it's because you're actually still in survival. Your body still doesn't feel safe here. The phrase or the story analogy that I'll use. Ooh, that's a baby trying
Hi,
to get in.
baby.
Hi, baby.
Hi, babies.
Is
The babies need mama.
I know. Soon enough.
Soon, babies.
Listen, she's gonna get a lot of moms, so it's all right.
Listen, guys, the greatest burden a child must bear is the unlived life of its parent. We're recording a podcast here.
Come on, get it together.
Everybody get out. No, I'm just kidding. Because my kid just walked in here a second ago, too. I'm like, got it.
1 minute.
1 minute, yeah.
Or like 20. But so the thing so I have a mentor, his name is Mitch. His mentor always tells this story, and I think it's really helpful. So there's a bird. A bird has 2 wings. It needs 2 wings to fly. It loses a wing, it spirals, right, into a circle. Most of us, to your point about the high achieving, we become really, backing up. The 2 wings for human experience is practical and spiritual. As someone who's human, and let's use the language of sleep here, which I think you know what that means.
Oh, yeah.
We're on the achieving hamster wheel, right? And we are looking to make as much money as possible, and we're really focused on paying bills, and we like really like believing and acting as if like succeeding in this world the way that it's laid out is it. Then a portion of us wake up and we hop over to the spiritual wing. But then we forget often about the practical. And so we just are like in it, and we're like, I live in the 5D, like all of this stuff, right? And we're just like, I'm reading the Tao right now, and I'm pretty obsessed with it. But it's like all I do is like I just read the Tao, and I'm just okay, and then I'm just like meditating, and I'm putting off all of my human experience duties, right?
Yeah.
Like we're not thinking about paying bills, we're not thinking about all that, and that's not necessarily bad. But here's the deal: to fly, you need both wings. You need to be both practical and spiritual because you decided to come here to have a human experience. And so that's what I think about a lot with the healing loop is like we often go too far, and then we spin, and then we wonder why nothing else is working. And it's like you're supposed to come back. Yeah. You're supposed to come back to this world, because you need a period of isolation. Like back in the day, right, we used to like be able to go to a cave or an ashram or whatever and do that. But then a fair amount of people get kicked out of the ashram, right, to serve in the quote unquote real world. And so many of us, we don't do that, and we try to stay in this like heal. And what I keep coming up against is like when you do that, you're in survival mode. You're still like, because if you weren't, you wouldn't be trying to continue. You wouldn't see anything wrong with you. You wouldn't be constantly trying to find a fix.
Yeah.
And so I got lost in it, right? Which is why I speak so much to it. Is like, okay, is it Tori Jones or Tony Jones? She has a song, Healing Is Not My Purpose.
Ooh,
yeah.
I've never heard that.
It's really good. It's like a spoken words.
Okay.
Yeah, we're constantly in these hamster wheels trying to fix something that was never broken. And then we're not enjoying our life. And then we're wondering why. And then like things aren't showing up the way that they want to. We don't have the money that we want. And it's like, because you're just using one wing.
Yeah.
Like, fucking use both.
Yeah.
and come back to this world and show up and use your gifts um, in that way. And so that's what I mean. It's a lot of way, I spoke to it in multiple variations of it, but I really think that we are meant to enjoy this space. I think that when I think about enlightenment, right, it's joy. It's being here and loving here. And you cannot do that if you are on that healing hamster wheel because you're still looking for a future that's different than now to be joyous. You've just spiritualized it, so you made yourself better than everybody. But the moment you're called on it, like you're like, ugh, and then you realize you've separated. So
Yeah.
just come back to wholeness.
Yeah. Love that. Love that. So, what would you tell somebody who is like in a challenge right now, whether that's finances, children, summer, motherhood, like all of the various things that are going on in the world. Like, yes, attend to your babies and then we'll jump off.
What would I say to someone who's having a bunch of stuff going on? Is that what you're
Yeah, like and I think exactly, and that's everybody, right? But what
Right.
would you say to somebody who's feeling like, "Oh my god, I'm just going through this challenge right now and I'm just like really trying to kind of pull myself out of this like hard place and I know like that
Yeah.
kind of a deal."
I would say that if you're not in a relationship with it, you cannot address it or heal it. So what does that mean? It means you have to be with your thoughts and or your feelings. Because otherwise you're trying to solve a problem that might not actually be one. That's what I continue to find is our biggest challenge is we stay here and your pain, your frustration, your feeling of inadequacy, right? That's what all this is. Like your feeling of like all of that, like feeling under resourced, whatever. That's what all that is. Until you touch it, you cannot change it. And we all try to change our thoughts. I had someone say, when I panic, I try to like catch my panic attack, and I'm like, I can appreciate that so much. And once your panic attack is starting to go, like, it's so much harder to catch it. Like
Right, your body's already on board the boat. Like your
Yeah.
body has already set sail.
And you have to be hyper aware of feelings to catch it. Like,
Yeah.
like I would say going back to that experience of me being out there being like, I'm freaking out. Like, that's some master shit. Like not to toot my own horn, but like 10 years ago, I could have never felt that feeling in
Yeah.
that moment.
Yeah.
Like, you have to do a lot of work, truly, to get to a point where you catch your feelings before your thoughts.
Yeah.
And so it's like, be in relationship with what's happening, and then you can change it. Because a lot of us, like, the reason we're on that hamster wheel, I'm going to make more money. I'm going to get this job. I'm going to find a partner who loves me, right? Like, I'm going to heal this aspect. You're on the wheel because you think that will solve what you're feeling.
Yeah. The feeling isn't the problem. The way that you're thinking about the feeling and relating to the feeling is the problem.
Yes. And the fact that you're not even willing to feel the feeling is the problem.
Yeah. So how did you learn how to start feeling your feelings? Because for some people, they hear like, just feel your feelings. And they're like, oh, what? How do I do that? Like, I think there are, and myself included in the beginning of my work, so to speak, like, what the hell does that even mean? And do you, I wonder if it's the same approach for everybody. I have a feeling that a lot of it is somatic, but how did you start to tune in and go, oh, I'm feeling this and that and whatever? Also, there's like dozens of feelings. Like if you look at a feelings wheel, like the first time I saw one of those, I was like, oh my God, look at all the feelings I've been missing. I thought there were like 3 feelings and look at all these. So how do we tune in, name it, feel it, and then watch it float by like a cloud in the sky?
I had the same, just real quick. When I saw that feelings wheel, I was like, wait,
I know.
Happy, sad, mad.
Yeah, you totally. Happy, sad, mad.
Like,
Yes.
what do
Yes.
you, there's
Yes.
others?
Yes.
Like,
Yes. It's very nuanced.
frustrated,
Yeah.
bored.
Overwhelmed, bored. Yes. Yes.
My daughter knows.
Calm,
Yeah, my daughter knows.
satisfied. Yeah.
She screams, I am frustrated when things aren't going her way. And I was like, you are.
Yep.
And and you still cannot have that.
Yep.
Blah, 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 blah.
That's right.
So yes, it is somatic, which for the record, like this has, when we talk about somatics, it's become, that also has become a buzzword, right? And all I would say that that means is like it's an internal experience of a problem, or like the internal experience of a sensation, right? Like, and it's unique to you. And I'm just clearing that out because I think a lot of times for me, I know when I think of somatics, I think of like shaking and dancing and, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh, what that means is like you, I love somatics because you're the expert in in somatics, right?
Right.
And so what I would see for how I started to feel the feelings, yes, it's somatic. Yes, there's a billion ways to do it. And for me, there was twofold. One was meditation, which is not always most people hate it. And I did too when I started. But I always say meditation's the most wonderful way to get in touch with yourself, because and to learn to be calm in chaos, because the most chaotic place in the world is your mind.
Yes, it is.
So I
Yeah.
learned how to be in relationship with my feelings there. And I had to build the capacity. I could only do 2 minutes when I started. Now I do an hour pretty much every morning.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
That's
But
like, that's next level.
I love it.
Yeah.
Like,
Right. And I'm sure
and
you need it. You
yeah,
kind of build up your tolerance a little bit, right?
yeah. It's really important to me too.
Yeah.
And it's my way, right?
Yeah.
So first was meditation. The second way was to my, I would say, like this, I didn't have a language at the time, but, or like could understand it, is I would find my feeling in my body. We hear it all the
Okay.
time, right? Like, go talk to your feeling, go be with it. And I, at the beginning, would just find it. Where is it? Where is it sitting? And sometimes that's all I could do.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to label it. You don't have to name it. Just where is it?
Yeah. We want to, often in our healing journey, we do all the things. We want to
Yeah.
do all the things. But what people have to understand is like, you don't have the capacity to do it.
Yeah.
And so, and then we try to bulldoze past it. The irony being that that's like you're using the problem to try to solve. And so you just start small. Where is it? Where is it? And the other way that I started to feel my feelings is I started to not just go negative. No, spoiler, not just go negative. Oh, when something excited me, maybe I would do it. One out of every 26 times, right? Like, let's not be crazy here. But like once a week, what would be fun? Oh, okay. I'll do that. And so I did both the negative and the positive. And that's how I started to say, okay, these things are okay. And, oh, this is excitement, not just being happy. Oh, this is
Yeah.
curiosity, not just being happy. Like, started to decipher what these things meant, because really at the root, what we're doing is we're saying it's safe to be in relationship.
Yeah.
And so, how do you build a relationship with someone outside of yourself? You don't, yeah, if we go on a date, it's still like 2 hours, like we'll go on a 2 hour date, right? Like, okay. But usually that 2 hour date started with like a meet cute at a coffee shop, right? Or like a couple DMs. I don't know. I haven't
Right.
dated
You're like
since being
chatting.
online,
I
but
know.
like,
Yeah. Right.
chatting online,
Yeah.
right? Like
Getting to know somebody.
yeah,
It's time.
it started small,
Yeah.
little,
Yeah. Yeah.
like little dips. It's the same thing with yourself. And I think when we can start to
Hmm.
see like, oh, how I would make a friend is how I would make friends with myself, then these little pieces make sense.
Yeah. Love that. obsessed with that. And I think too, there's power in the pause, because when I hear you say, like, find where your feelings in, for me personally, one of the things that I do is just like bypass that by just simply refusing to pause, just simply refusing to stop. It's pushing through or trudging through or checking off the, checkbox, the next thing that needs to be done, or like, I'm so busy. And like you said in the beginning, to bring it full circle, we're so familiar with these feelings in our body. And I think, you know, for me, and I would say for mothers all over the place, is that we have this like perfection thing, this I have to do it all. There's a lot of martyrdom that happens, and I have been unpacking those kind of topics and themes throughout my motherhood. But you said too, I want to bring this back to something you said earlier. You said when we take care of ourselves, we take care of everyone else. I mean, your kid was crying outside the door, and you're sitting here doing this because you chose to be here, because you want to do this, because this is important to you and your mission and your work in the world. And I'm just like in awe that you can sit here and be centered and have this conversation while you allow your child outside. They're not alone, they're being cared for by
Yeah.
family, right?
Right.
And yet here you are still showing up. And I think there is tremendous power and grace in that, and a testament to the work that you've done as well. So, we're going to land the plane soon, and I want to end with motherhood, this
Mm.
work that you're doing in the world, how it intertwines with caring for yourself, caring for others, serving, and all of it. Like, how do you marry all of those things so gracefully together?
Oh, gracefully is a kind word to use. That's a really kind word to use. Um, w- it's similar to what you've said, right? So one is really taking care of myself, right? In the morning, I meditate for an hour. I I I'm a very I'm a very well person. Like wellness, health, it comes very like not naturally. It's now habitual for me. But I will choose meditation. I will choose centering myself. I will choose my time with God over everything always. And that's number one for me. And it's not to check a box. And I think and it was for so long, which is why I'm bringing it up.
Yeah.
I'm not managing my stress.
Mhm.
I am surrendering. I am reconnecting. I am releasing, right? Any pent up stress. I am not managing. So I think that that's the first really big distinction. Um, and then the other piece is like all of this work, right? That you mentioned. Like I don't want to say I'm constantly unpacking, but I'm recognizing and allowing things to hit. So a prime example is my daughter turned 4 last like 2 Saturdays ago. We did not have the terrible twos. We did not even have the terrible like the three teenager.
4.
She turned 4.
Uh-huh. Psycho Psychopath.
Psychopath.
I know. 4 was the age for my oldest as well. Also a girl. Correct. Yep.
Whoa.
Whoa. Yep.
I
Yep.
will say I was I felt like I was unprepared because
Yeah.
I was yelling back. I was like, Isabel, be quiet. Like, and I like
You're like, who am I?
yeah,
What?
who am I? I
Yeah.
mean, I was
Watching yourself from above, going like, who the hell am I? Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that was the problem for me, right?
Yeah.
Is like it was okay. It was good initially, but then I kept like rising up and I was realizing like I wasn't there. And when I let myself back to that lane, like be in touch with that anger, what I saw blew my mind. It was like I love my mom, but that's how I was spoken to, right?
Yeah. Yep.
But I had blocked that out.
Yeah.
And so I didn't realize that the only reason I'm talking to her like that is because that's the only way I knew how to be talked to, because I didn't want to feel that pain
Yeah.
of my childhood. And I started crying in the car, right, when I recognized that it happened, and then it turned into a full laugh, which is now kind of, I don't know if this is your MO, but now I like kind of cry and then laugh at this point.
So good when you get to the laughing point. Yeah, we
Yeah.
call it craffing in our family.
Yeah.
We hit a cry and then a craff and then the full on laugh. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a process.
It sure is.
It's so good.
But I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
oh.
That old thing. You know what's wild is for me, have seen my children at various ages, and I've relived those ages
Mm,
with those different children. And I'm like,
mm,
oh, when I was 4, this was
mhm,
happening. And and so many times. And now my oldest is like 10 and a half, on the border of 11. I'm like, oh my God, this was going on for me when I was 10. Like, it's so wild. And like, the the greatest gift I've ever had in my life, to grow up alongside my children, and
mhm.
to let that unfold. Like, it's so cool.
So well put. And I think what's so fascinating is that they really are our little teachers. Like
Yep.
my daughter, who's 1, walks like a drunk orangutan. Okay, like you know exactly what I'm talking about. Anyone who has like a 15-month-old or a little one,
Yeah.
and she's so quote unquote big in my eyes. But when I get down and just take like 30, like not even 30 seconds, like a second to recognize, oh, she shrinks to the actual size she is.
Yeah.
And I see a love that's like so pure and so true. And it is like the greatest gift. Like my daughter this morning, I was meditating and I will tell you, I felt hands on me and I was just a little annoyed. And then she found my mouth, gave me a kiss, and then whispered in my ear, I love you so much. And then ran out the door. And it's like, what I
Mm-hmm.
think about, and I say this as a parent all the time, like my job is to make sure she's the most her. They are the most them possible. That little laugh, like I love you so much whisper in the ear. Like my job is to make them them. And then I realized I was them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like when you see that it all is working together. Like I don't know a lot about astrology, or at least I don't know as much as people who are listening to this podcast. But what I do know is that my youngest is a Taurus and my oldest is a Leo. Those are my North Node is a Taurus, and I always wanted to be a 7 on the Enneagram.
What's the 7? It's the
It's like
enthusiast.
yeah, the really
The
fun one. Like
Yes, yes, yes.
like
What are you on the
I'm a
Enneagram?
3. I'm an achiever. Like
You're a 3. Okay, I'm a 4. I'm
okay,
a
creative.
individualist. Like,
Yeah.
totally. Yeah, yeah.
I'm a 3, and I always wanted to be a 7.
Uh-huh.
And so I have these two little things, right? That are these babies that are just reminding me of what is still possible. And I really feel like that's what makes this all doable and
Yeah.
and fun. I hear all the time, particularly from men, but often from grandmas as well. It gets easier. And I'm like, this is fucking fun right now. Like,
Mhm.
but I get it. And I'm trying my best to like to just be here. No good, bad, just here. And I think it's like all of the work prior enables me to enjoy this. And I would say still like doing the work in it enables me to enjoy it.
Yep. Amen. So
Yeah.
good. Thank you for diving into all the things with me and with us today. This was just so good. You're such a gift. I appreciate you just tremendously. I can't believe we were in the same room in 2018. Like, how crazy is that? Both listening to KK and her amazing speech, like, at the Ignite Your Soul Summit. Like, I just can't even believe it. And also, I can. So, this is just so great. I'm going to ask you the 3 questions I ask everybody at the end of the interview. But before I do that, actually, where can we find you,
Oh
follow
yeah.
you, and learn more about everything you're doing in the world?
Yeah. Like, where can you find me? So I'm on LinkedIn. I'm starting a YouTube channel,
Awesome.
Erica Ballard. You can find me. And then my website's ericaballard.co. Reach out. that way. And then if it's helpful at all, I can give listeners like a free download for like 5 things to like get back in touch with their feelings.
Yeah.
And they can get in touch with me that way because they'll have my email and everything.
Perfect.
Cool.
Amazing. So the first of the rapid fire questions is, what, if anything, are you reading right now? What's
The
on your
bio,
bookshelf?
yeah, The Biology of Belief.
Oh, that's a Dispenza, right?
No,
Biology of
you would
Belief.
think it
Who is
would be.
that?
It's Dr. Bruce Lipton.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Got it.
It's
Okay.
really fascinating. It talks about this how our beliefs at the cellular level.
Yeah.
It's
It's
really
very sciencey, correct?
Oh yeah, I got my master's from Tufts Medical, so like
Okay.
I am.
I opened it and closed it.
Yeah, it for me
I
like
failed college algebra and dropped anatomy.
uh, like things like Joe Dispenza, Biology of Belief.
Yeah.
What was the other one? Your Body Keeps Score. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Ah."
Nerding out with that stuff.
but
Yeah.
but I want to also preface. I want to also add the counter to all of that I read is I am deep into Catherine Centers.
What's that? I don't know what
She's a
that is.
rom-com writer.
Okay.
If you want to just smile,
Yeah.
The Bodyguard and rom-comers.
Okay.
Perfect August read.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Amazing. The next question I have for you is, what's bringing you joy today?
This conversation really because I get I'm watching Crazy to my left and like really enjoying talking to you. So I would say this conversation, and the one thing I will just add is like I drink the same coffee every morning and it brings me the most amount of joy. I wake up like so stoked to get to do it every day.
Yay, it's coffee. It's coffee time. Oh, I love it. And then the last question I have for you, Erica, is who or what has taught you the most?
My children. Anything that I didn't want to heal,
Right in your face.
right in my face, and the biggest amount of motivation to do so, thanks to
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Thank you so much again for being here. This was such a gift.
Thank you.